Okay, I am back on. I'm going to wait just a minute to see if anybody comes back. And we will try to go over the quilt along piece. I won't go back over through everything, I guess, but we'll see what we can get through here in the next 20 minutes if anybody jumps back on. While you're doing that, I'm going to turn the fan on. It's very hot in my space. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Sound is good. Okay, thank you. I will let the company's platform folks know this, that it seems like maybe they have a audio problem, because everything on my end, I tested my audio. It was working on my end, but it's not coming through. So I will let them know that. We'll wait just a few more minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll use this as the video if that's the case. Alrighty, so I'm going to start over on the quilt along part. I am not going to go back over the peppermint twist part because that video is out. This is our quilt along pattern of for this year, based on the Build a Quilt Quilt Lab blocks from the year. Alrighty. And so it's not all the blocks we've used for the year. However, if you are a subscriber and you have all the blocks, feel free to make a quilt with all 12 of those blocks. You can certainly do that. It would be a lovely sampler quilt for sure. Okay. Looks like some people are coming back on. Please let me know if you're here. Sign in. Let me know. That would be great, just so I know that some people are able to see this. So I'm going to go over real quickly the dates that we're going to be getting together. So today is the 13th of November. Week 2 is next Wednesday, the 20th of November. Then we skip. Hi, Wanda. You just found me. Well, welcome. So, Wanda, you should know that we were live for almost the last 45 minutes and the sound was having problems. So this is kind of a truncated version, but I'm so happy to have you. And please let us know if you have any questions at all. Hi, Rosie. You switched internet connection. Now you can hear you. Great. That's great. I will let the company know whose platform I use is that the audio wasn't working, because I did test everything in between and my stuff was working. So it's this system. All right. So we are week 1. Let's do a banner so folks will know what we're doing. Not that one. Here we go. It is week 1 of our quilt along for Build a Quilt's Patchwork in the Hoop. So for those of you that are new, that are just popping on, we do patchwork in the hoop of our embroidery machine. So it is not embroidery made to look like patchwork. It's real, honest to goodness patchwork. So I hope you will enjoy your time with us for that. And this is our quilt along. We every year, or this is our second year, have a subscription called Quilt Lab. Now you can buy these monthly patterns on their own, but you save more money and you get a lot of extras if you do the subscription. And so at the end of the year, we do a quilt along. This is our second year to do the quilt along. The red one on top. Wanda, that is our brand new November Quilt Lab block. I'll just, for Wanda's benefit, you guys that are popping on that are already subscribers, just give me a few seconds so that Wanda can know what she's looking at up there. Wanda, this is our November block, Quilt Lab block of the month called Peppermint Twist. You get the digital files for a 9x9 block, which is what that is, and a 12x12 block. And our blocks normally come in 3 sizes, but for November, instead of a 3rd size, I gave you a whole quilt pattern plus an additional sashing set, the digital files for a sashing set, which is the sashing that goes with the quilt. And you get all that additional information in the written piece. You can download and print this piece, or you can look at it on your tablet or your iPad or on your computer, and then you get all the digital files. Okay, so that is what that is for November, Wanda. I hope that answers. Oh, great. It looks like it answered your question. Super. So for all of you that are part of Quilt Lab subscription, you've gotten your written piece. All of this information is over in the website on your Quilt Lab subscriber only area. But for those of you that aren't subscribers, we want you to do the quilt with us too. And so just the 5 blocks that we're using, plus all the written material, the digital files and everything is available as one big pattern set at the website. And I'll share that with you, that information with you before we leave. And let me just go over the blocks again that we're going to be using. These are the samples from when we did them during the year. This is the Blooming Star. This is the Inside Out block. This is the block called Points Home. This was my favorite. I loved this block. And then I also really was kind of partial to this. There's so many out there, but I loved the one that we created called the Flower Basket block. And then this last block I'm showing you is the larger size. I made my sample in it in the larger size when I showed it to you guys before. It is the Diamond in a Cross block, but it will be in the 10 by 10 size. All the blocks we are making for the quilt are 10 by 10. In this quilt, there is no sashing, and I did not do any borders because we've been doing large wall quilts this year, and that's what this is a large 50 by 50 wall quilt. It's actually a sweet spot for a wall quilt. It's just the right size. It's not too heavy, so it doesn't pull a lot. It doesn't need a huge wall to be put on. In fact, where I hang mine is kind of a little small side wall, and it just works out perfectly. So this is the quilt for this year. The other thing that you get, I showed you in the pattern, and I've shown you for the last few weeks. I chose 2 colorways for you to make this. I gave you 2 colorways so you would have a variety to choose. I'm doing the aqua red and yellow version, but this version is so beautiful. I'm going to do a couple sample blocks in that colorway so you can see it. However, this last week and a half-ish, I've gotten a lot of email, probably like 176 at less count. So thank goodness it's not all 500,000 of you, but I've gotten a lot of emails. And a lot of you have some very specific reasons that you don't want to buy new material, that you want to choose material from your stash and do it scrappy. That does not offend me in the least. In fact, I think scrappy quilts are some of the most beautiful quilts ever made. And in the 55 plus years I've been quilting, I've seen a lot of scrappy quilts, and they just, something about them. There's something warm and inviting about a scrappy quilt. So let me give you a couple of ideas. And I know I'm going over this again. I went over it in our previous live that we were on earlier, but so many of you couldn't hear me. So here we go. When you do it scrappy, there's a couple of things you can think about. You might have decided you're not going to buy new fabric. Cool, not a problem at all. But you might really like this colorway, this second one, or the first one, doesn't matter. What you can do is go into your stash and see if you have fabrics in these colors, and then just pull those. Now, if you can make each block in a different set of the fabrics you already have, so you're going to get another sheet to tell you how many of each one you're going to make. If you can do each one of those block sets in just one set of fabrics. So this block takes 3 fabrics. If you can choose 3 fabrics and make all of the blocks for this particular block in those 3 colors, cool, and do that for each one. That's one way to do it scrappy. Or just pull all the fabrics you have in the color that you like and do each one differently. And it will be beautiful. I promise you it will be gorgeous. Now, if you just want to do wholesale scrappy, that's cool. You don't want to do either one of those colorways. Maybe you want to make this a holiday quilt. You could do that for sure. If you have, some people I know have a ton of holiday fabric in their stash. I'm someone that buys holiday fabric for the holidays, just what I need, and I don't keep a lot in my stash. I don't know why, because it's usually because I would buy everything out there. There's so many beautiful ones. I got a little bit today in the mail, but I try to only order for holidays what I need for my holidays. That's just me though. In the pattern, you're going to get a full-sized coloring sheet of the whole quilt. In each one of the digital pattern sets that will be in your pattern that are like this, you get this block as a coloring sheet. What's the coloring sheet all about? The coloring sheet is so that you don't want to do the colors I've chosen. Cool. I gotcha. Choose whatever colors you like, but before you go cutting fabric, play around with your crayons or your colored pencils in that coloring sheet to make sure they're going to blend and look like you want them or the way you're imagining it. Then go pull and cut your fabric. Because if you're like me, over the years, I've gone and said, oh, I know, I want this and I want this and I want this. And I've cut it all up and I put it together and gone, it just really turned out awful because I didn't think about how this color and this color was so close they were going to blend too much and you wouldn't see any detail or whatever. Or I ended up not having enough or whatever. So that's what the coloring sheet for. And our dear friend Kathy, who's with us again tonight, she asked at the last time we met if we could do a full-size coloring sheet of the quilt, the full quilt. And I hadn't done that because when I had originally tried and put it on one sheet of paper, you couldn't, it was just too tiny. It wouldn't have been helpful to you at all. But I did it so that this is actually a 10 by 10 block size of the whole quilt. And you can, oh, thank you, Kathy. This is the full quilt. And so even though the spaces are slightly smaller, they're bigger, and you could certainly color them in and play with the fabrics and colors that you already have. It is 2 sheets, so it will need to be taped together, but that's very easy. And if you don't like what you do one time, put it in recycling and go print yourself out another one, or reprint it if you're really into recycling, print it out on the other side and try again. But that's what the coloring sheet is for, and those come in our patterns. So thank you, Kathy. I think you're talking about my little Tula's Homies, hanging with the homies. That is a little quilt wall hanging I designed a couple of years ago for a little class that I taught. It is not Build a Quilt, because at that point I hadn't introduced Build a Quilt yet. I was still trying to figure it out, but that's what that is. And thank you. I'm glad you like it. It is all Tula fabric from that line, Tula's Homies, which I call Hanging with the Homies. So, but that's what that is. I'm so into the holiday spirit already. I just need some joy and light and wonderfulness in my life. And so I am into the holiday spirit. I usually don't get there till Thanksgiving, but I'm a couple weeks early this year. So, alrighty. So this first week, we are doing a specific block. And the reason we're doing this one, it is not the hardest block. It is actually, I think, the simplest block, but it is the one that we have to make the most of. And what I know about doing quilt-alongs over the last 55 plus years is at the beginning, we're all excited. It's quilt-along time. And by the end, we're like, oh, I'm still working on week 4. Oh, I don't know if I can get through week 5. We're at that, or, oh, I forgot. I have to make one more from week 2. And it's not that we don't want to finish, but we've lost a little of a bit of our energy. We've lost a little speed. So a lot of quilt-alongs, when they do them, they save either the hardest or the one that you have to do the most of for the very end. And by the time you get there, you're like, you know, I get it. I've been that way. I've been in quilt-alongs by the time at the end, and I'm going, okay, well, maybe I'll have this finished by next year because I'm not working on this quilt anymore. That kind of a thing. But the inside out block is the one we're doing, and we're making 8 of those. Okay. This block is super simple. It is one segment, the modified half square triangle. You're doing it in 2 colorways, a light dark and a light medium. Okay. You're doing a 4 patch here. It's just 4 segment pieces. Each segment is done in the hoop, and then we put those together using the stitch line down the back. So this is my tip to you this week. If you get a little bit confused by doing all your segments and then cutting them out, if it confuses you a little bit, or if you like to stay organized and keep track to make sure you're getting everything done, this is my tip to you. Make 2 of your dark light segments and 2 of your light medium segments, and then put those 4 to the side and do that 8 times. And then you'll have all 8 blocks, and then you just have to go sew the 8 4 patches together. And what I mean by don't use a 1/4 inch foot, you'll not get the proper seaming. Use the guideline that is on the back, and as long as you can stitch right down that guideline, you'll have the perfect seaming for your blocks. Okay, so all 4 of these. And for any of you that are new, we use a wash away stabilizer. I highly recommend you use wash away. You can use a cutaway leave-in or a poly mesh, but it will add bulk. It'll add bulk in your seams, and I will almost guarantee that you won't like that because it just gets too much bulk in there. But wash away, the kind that you use for freestanding lace and those kinds of projects, works perfectly, because once you wash it, all that stabilizer is gone, and you don't have to worry about all that bulk being in the seams of your quilt. So 8 of these, and then you'll have 8 blocks done, which, trust me, is a big success. So this quilt is 50 by 50. So there are 5 rows of 5 blocks. Okay. So you're going to be doing what? 5 times 5, that's 25. 25 blocks in total. You'll have 8 of those done. Now, I don't remember, folks, if I've gone over the dates with you. I know I did in the first one, and I don't remember. If I've already done it in this video, this live, I apologize. But I'm going to go over the dates with you one more time when we're going to meet. Week 1 is now November 13th. Week 2 is November 20th. And then we skip the week of Thanksgiving. No Wednesday workshop. No quilt along on Thanksgiving week. Week 3 is December 4th. Week 4 is December 11th. Week 5 is December 18th. And then we do not meet again for quilt along until week 6, which is January 8th. All of that information, those dates are in the pattern set for you. So you don't have to write it down. Although when you get your pattern set, if it's easier for you to mark it on your calendar, go ahead and do that. If it's easier for you to mark it on your calendar and say for week 1, inside out. Once you're done with the inside out blocks, take that pattern set. If you've printed your instructions, put it away. Get it out of the way. That way you're not confused. And that way too, you're encouraged because you see like your pile of instructions going down. You see your fabric going down. But I do recommend this, and I have done mine already a couple of weeks ago. Prep the cutting of all the fabric at once. Make 5 little containers, 5 little zippy bags, however you do your fabric, and put them in each one. Put the pattern with it, the block pattern with it if you've printed those out, and then set those to the side. That way, when we meet on Wednesday, your fabric, you're prepped and ready to go. You just need to know which one are we doing this week, and then you're off to the races and you're doing it. Okay. That's a helpful tip so that you can keep going and be moving along as we move along in the quilt along. I'm going to encourage you to try and get this done during these. Technically, you have more than 6 weeks to do it because you have, once we get past, the 18th of December. I know we have a lot going on with holidays, but you might be able to sneak in time here and there to catch up and stuff like that. So I've tried to build in plenty of time for it because once your top is done, then you can decide how you want to quilt it. Are you going to quilt it? Are you going to free motion? Are you going to do it with your embroidery machine like I will be? You're going to be taking it to a long armor. Are you a long armor? Maybe you're going to do your own as a long arm project. That's all fine, but get your top done, because once a top is done and it's sitting there staring at you, it will woo you to finish it. If you just got blocks sitting there, they'll just sit there and they'll mock you a little bit. They'll go, not going to finish me, huh? But if you've got the top done, it'll say, come finish me. You're almost done. Won't I look beautiful with the binding and the quilting? And eventually you'll do it. You'll do it quickly to get it done. Did you like my little voice there? Seriously, that's how I am. If I have a quilt top done, it will woo me to finish it. If I just have blocks sitting there, they're just looking at me like, what are we, chop liver? So, all righty, everybody. That is week 1, the inside out block. Make 8 of them. Now we're going to do our question of the week. And the question, the winner this week of question of the week is going to receive a coupon code worth $10 to spend at our website on any of our Build a Quilt projects other than the subscription for Quilt Lab. Now, Quilt Lab subscription that's up there right now is still the one that runs through the end of January for this year. However, if you join now, you will still get all of the quilts, all of the extras, everything from this year, okay? But the new Quilt Lab subscription will start on February 1st, and it will be up on the website here pretty soon, like I'm hoping before Thanksgiving. Now, I don't know if you all saw this or not before, so I'm just going to show it to you because so many people asked for it. And that is, we now have gift cards available at the website. So let me go back to the first. So here's the main page of the website, which is mybuildaquilt.com. Don't look at that. That's the old name. It's mybuildaquilt.com. If you come up to the More tab and down here to gift card and click on it, it will bring you to our brand new page where you can purchase gift cards, or someone that loves you a lot and wants to send you a gift card can do that. Right now, you have 4 amounts that you can choose from. You cannot choose your own amount because I'm still waiting for verification from the state of Illinois on whether or not we are allowed to let you choose your own amount. Apparently, different states have different laws, and some states won't let you choose your own amount. So I'm waiting to hear from that. If I get the go-ahead that I can do that, that will come up on here. It'll be another area where you can put in what you like. But for now, this 10, 25, 50, and 75, whatever you choose, you see it change right up there. You can choose the quantity. If you're choosing this for someone, you click for someone, you put their email and their name, and then down here, you can choose a date. Maybe you want them to get it on Thanksgiving Day. There you go. And then you can put your own message in there. Happy Thanksgiving. Click the buy now and it'll let you check out. If it's for yourself, you'll click for myself and then click buy now, because when you check out, your information will attach it and you'll get to, and it'll go directly to you on whatever date you choose. So you can choose to get it now, or you can choose a special date. But we have gift cards available now, and you should know the gift cards do not expire. There's no expiry date on them. However, I'm going to tell you this. You'll get an email with a link to use. Don't get rid of that email. If you do by accident, I understand. I should be able to get that information back to you. It's just going to take a little while. It's going to be a little bit of a process to do that because I'll have to look up the original sale and try and figure all of that out and then send you like a coupon code or something. So keep that email. But if you're wanting to do the subscription in the new year, you might want to tell whoever's your Santa Claus that that we have gift cards at Build a Quilt now. And those are available at the website. And here we go. Here's the website, everybody. mybuildaquilt.com. mybuildaquilt.com. Oh, nice price. Good luck, Roman. Oh, and here, let's do our question of the week. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? This is a question I hear all the time. It's like every Thanksgiving, someone asks, do you like the turkey best? Do you like the sides best? Do you like the dressing best? Do you like the cranberry sauce the best? I will tell you, Dave and I no longer do cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving. We do a sauce from Sweden that we were introduced to through IKEA, because you guys know we are an IKEA household. And it's called lingonberry. It's very, very, very similar to cranberry. They're a little bit smaller, and they're not quite as bitter as cranberry, but they're still that cranberry red color, and they're delicious. So that's what Dave and I do. But what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Please put your answers in the comments, and we'll give it a little bit, and then we will choose a winner. Let's see. Wanda says hers is cheesy baked butternut squash with toasted crackers on top. Oh, Wanda, that sounds great. I am not like a big yam or sweet potato person, but I love butternut squash. Cheesy baked butternut squash with toasted crackers. That sounds delicious, Wanda. I'm going to have to see if I can't find a recipe for that. That's unless it's your specific recipe. I know at the holidays, we pull out all of those recipes that are special just to us, our own private recipes, but that sounds delicious. So Wanda likes her baked butternut cheesy squash, or cheesy baked butternut squash. What about the rest of you? What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Do you like the turkey? Do you guys don't do turkey? I know some folks don't do turkey on Thanksgiving. They do other things. Your grandma used to make it all the time. Oh, what a great memory. What a great thing to be thankful for, that you still have your grandma's recipe to have on Thanksgiving. That's wonderful. I love that. So anybody else? You guys are usually racing to put your answers in. Maybe you've already gone. I know we're over our normal time. We usually finish by 7, but we had the whole audio scenario going on tonight. Anybody else? Anybody at all? If not, Wanda's going to win tonight, guys. I'll give you a little bit longer, just a wee bit longer to put in your answers. All right. And if you have any questions while you all are still working on that, if you have any questions about the quilt along or anything else that you see in any of our videos here on the YouTube channel or over at the website, please contact me directly at support@sewuncommon.com. You are more than welcome to put comments in. I love getting those. I will tell you, I've been having a real problem getting my comments from YouTube. They've changed some things, and all of a sudden, it's like a week later before I'm seeing comments. So sending me an email is probably your best right now. I've got a request out to them to help me find out what's going on with that. But support@sewuncommon.com. I usually get back with you right away, or if it's in the evening, I'll get back with you the next morning. Let's see. We have more. Cranberry relish. Kathy, is your cranberry relish homemade? Because usually a relish means something is added to those cranberries, right? Is it homemade? It sounds delicious. I know. I love cranberry relish too. I still love cranberries, and we actually do cranberries throughout the year. So switching it up to those lingonberries for the holiday was kind of a fun thing for us, but I love them. Anybody else? You guys have gotten shy tonight. I'm so sorry. Yes, with whole berries and with the oranges. That's yummy, 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 yummy. I will tell you that I have a really severe onion garlic allergy since I was 17. And so I have to be super duper careful about, like, when we eat out anywhere, Dave. And now I had COVID back in the summer. I had that really light case of COVID. But I lost my taste and smell. And my doctor told me that all of her patients had light cases and lost their taste and smell. For some of them, it's been 3 years now and they still don't have their taste and smell back. I still don't have my taste and smell back. And we're like going on 4 months now. Dave is being very hopeful that it will just pop back one day. My doctor's telling me not to expect it to come back, which is for me dangerous because of that onion garlic allergy. I have to have him literally smell all my food. I have to ask them to be super careful when they prepare things in the back for me now. It's almost not worth my eating out anymore at this point because it can be so, I'm so allergic that I need to go to the hospital if I have to carry the EpiPen and the Benadryl. We had, thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. See, that's kind of things someday I will get that back just because you guys are sending up prayers. I appreciate that. But we were eating out for hamburgers. Five Guys. Do you guys have Five Guys? Great hamburgers, great French fries. Oh my goodness. I'm such a French fry addict. I have to be careful. Or I would eat them by the tons every day, seriously. But we were eating, and I always get lettuce and tomato on my burger, nothing else. And I was eating, and my throat started going, and Dave's like, "Do you have your Benadryl with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Take it right now. You've gotten a hold of something." And I'm like, "I can't." He's like, "Of course you can't taste it." And he opened up my burger, and a slice of onion had gotten in with the lettuce, and my throat was already closing up. Your hubby loves Five Guys is so good. Sorry. My son has lost taste and smell, but his did come back. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad it came back for him, Wanda. Yeah, my husband and my guitar teacher are absolutely positive it's going to come back, and my doctor is absolutely not. And at this point, if it does, it does. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at Thanksgiving, my best friend, who is really, she's just the sister of my heart. She is originally from Alabama, but we knew each other because we were neighbors when our husbands flew in the Navy. And we were so close with that couple. We are the godparents of his sister's children, 3 children. So they are truly like our family. But she has this homemade dressing recipe for Thanksgiving that she makes. And because she loves me so much, guys, she always makes me a little container of it, just all my own, with no onions and stuff in it. And it is the best in the world. And so I have that recipe, and I love making it at Thanksgiving. For one reason, I think of her and how thankful we are to have them as friends and family, and how good that recipe is. Oh, I just love Thanksgiving dressing or stuffing, whatever you call it. She's a gem. She is a gem. She is one of those people that when you have her in your life, you know every single day that you have received like a true blessing in this world, because she's that great. She's super that great. Alrighty, so I'm going to choose somebody now. Looks like, well, let's see. It looks like Wanda and Kathy. Did we have anybody else? No, just Wanda and Kathy, it looks like. All right. I've got a new wheel, guys, for winners now, but I don't have it set up yet. I'll try and have it set up by next week. And our winner is Wanda Rogers. Wanda, you have won a $10 coupon code for purchasing anything you would like at our website. Congratulations. Wanda, what you need to do, dear, is you need to send me an email at support@sewuncommon.com. In the title line, put something like Wednesday workshop winner or Wednesday winner, something like that. And in the body, just say, "Hi, I'm Wanda. I won Wednesday workshop question of the week," or something like that. And that way I'll have your email. I will send you, Wanda, back a code. If you get me your email sometime tonight or in the morning, whenever you send it to me, but tomorrow for sure. I won't do it tonight, but tomorrow for sure. I will send you back in the email a code. And when you check out of the website, you pop that code in, and it will take that $10 off your order. And that's my gift for you for playing Wednesday Workshops Question of the Week. We do that every week, and we always have such a great time. You are very, very welcome. You're so welcome. All right, guys, we are way over. I am so sorry that the first go round of this was not right. I have a feeling this company is still having some problems. They were literally hacked so bad they thought they were going to have to rebuild their whole platform. And I think what they're doing is trying to put the platform back together with things that they already had. But it seems like maybe their audio stuff is not quite working. So I'll try and get that fixed. But I appreciate you all so much. If you are new, or if you've been with us a long time and haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the channel, become part of the Build a Quilt community. We'd love to have you for sure. Like and share the videos. That's how this group has grown the way it has. It's all, you guys know, I don't take any credit for how this group has grown. It's all because of all of you and how much you've shared and liked these videos and our get-togethers. And I adore each and every one of you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope that you all have a great rest of your week. And I hope that you are getting ready for Thanksgiving and things are getting excited. Dave's getting ready to do the outside of the house decorations come Saturday. So you guys know what I'll be doing. I'll be trying to keep him from falling off the ladder. But until next time, everybody, as I always say, we quilters are artists. Don't let anybody ever tell you differently. And we do one thing really, really well. We quilt life beautiful. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great day.